Guten Hein gamers, welcome back to this strange series of videos. This is the last amount of stuff that I wrote when I was away. There's technically more stuff that I wrote, but I won't be showing those off because I don't feel quite comfortable showing that stuff off. But yeah, so this is the last of the scripted intellectual Splinter. From here on forth, I will be going kind of off script or have like certain ideas planned, and it'll be much more aligned with the other intellectual Splinters versus this one. So yeah, I hope you enjoy. This is The Fall of Light Yagami, Debates, Live Your Life on NCT, The Two Sides of Jason Todd, and How the World Works. A show that I always come back to is Death Note. The mind battles makes it so great. There aren't many shows like it, but the scene that I can't get out of my head is The Fall of Light. At the end of the show, he's very different than how he started out. So what happened? To understand Light, we need to know his background. Light's father is a cop and has a very normal life. Light even has great grades and is super smart. But the second he picked up the Death Note, something changed. At first he questioned killing people, but over time he doesn't think that he's in the wrong. He believes that he's God. But why is he this way? Because once Light gets rid of the Death Note, he completely is normal. So Light Yagami becoming this monster is the Death Note's fault. You see, when people have the power to do whatever they wish and remain unseen, the inner demon comes out to play. As much as we hate that side of us, it's completely normal. The persona we play for others is bound to hide some dark things. It's a part that needs to be used and treated from time to time. Laws stop us from keeping us to doing that to others. That's why Light's fall is so sad. That killer monster could be any one of us. Alright, so that was The Fall of Light Yagami. Next one up is Debates. Art of debates is something special. Most people hate getting into fights, but like it or not, it's a part of human nature. So it's best to learn more about it. The biggest one is learning how to control your temper. I get it. Blood runs high and you're into it and you tend to raise your voice and move around. But I need you to do the opposite. Calm yourself. Stand or sit in a good position. This helps you think faster and clearer, plus your temper will be under control. The next thing is to know is the people around you. You need to think about what others are thinking. You can do this mid-debate or beforehand. Think to yourself, what do I sound like to them? And then create a response to it. Even if the debater won't bring up that point, then the people around you will be more open to your ideas. The next thing you need to understand is your energy. In order to have longer conversations and debates, you need to learn stamina. If you get tired and think more, take a sip of water, speak a bit slower, and wait for the right time to use that energy again. Debating is a fun sport. It'll help you open your mind, have fun, and learn a thing or two. But if it's to learn one thing from everything that I said, it's to not think about debates as winning. This leads your mind to fill up with ego, and you feel like you're losing, and you end up making rash choices. Alright, that one was debates. This one is Live Your Life on NCT. Just to let you know, in the movie and the show called Limitless, there is a fictional drug called NZT. NZT in Limitless helps you recall everything with perfection and will learn extremely quickly. So basically, it makes you super smart for 12 hours. If you had NZT, what would you do with it? I personally love the concept, but if I told you that this drug was real, in fact, it's in all of us. Well, it's not something you can't do at the snap of your fingers, but it is something we can all learn from time to time, whether it's from the things around us or we look from within. The first thing to learn is focus. If you want to be smart, you're going to be doing a lot of listening, so the key is focus. You need to teach your mind to listen. You don't have to learn everything the first listen, but repeating it over or listening to it again and again or even writing it down will help you, and make sure it comes out perfectly. I'm not a good speaker either, but trust me, once you line it up in your head, all you need to do is execute it. Do this over many times will help you in the long run. But by far, learn what's most fun to you. Sure, you may not love politics and self-care, but find these parts that you do like. The key to being smart is to care and enjoy what you're talking about. No one is born smart, but rather learns it. That was Live Your Life on NZT. This one is The Two Sides of Jason Todd. The more I think about Jason, the more I understand Jason Todd we know, is a fight between the light and the shadow in the mind. The light is Robin, the side that we see with the Titans, but the shadow is Red Hood. Red Hood is someone who isn't real. How real is he depends on Jason himself. It's a fight that became real after his death. It's a fight with the fire. At times it can't be controlled. The light always has a shadow. It's more than he is or isn't Red Hood or Robin. They just simply take turns. One is not more real than the other. A lot of people debate if Batman is the Mask or not, but the real answer is Batman is just as real as Bruce Wayne. Most people want to get rid of the shadows altogether, but this is a bad idea. The shadow isn't any more real than the light. We must all live with our shadows. It's just who we are. And I think why so many like Jason's story, it's a tale of the shadow that's in all of us. While we never have died and been brought back to life, that doesn't mean that the Red Hood isn't real. The dark side in all of us needs to be understood. The dark side in all of us needs to be understood, worked with, and even let free. Alright, that was 2 sides of Jason Todd. This one is how the world works. We're all asked the question of, where do we go when we die? Or, who made this world, and how does it work? Today we're simply going to think about these questions, so let's cover the biggest one, the afterlife. The afterlife is when you believe in something that is life after death. Some people say that you will be judged by your actions. This doesn't really make sense once you think about it. Like, how does your morals line up with their morality? What if you disagree? Is it simply impossible? And if there are others that can reach this, like a dog or a cat, what if we come to such a point where the afterlife morals don't fit? For many reasons, it doesn't work. It's a nice comfy lie that is reassuring, and that is why it's lasted this long. The other idea is that there isn't a god, but more of a being. Not to be prayed to, but is put into play. This needs a bit more work. Like, what being and why hasn't it talked to us? Overall, I think life is much less interesting than we give it credit for. I don't know if the world started off with a bang or of a hand. We just don't know. But the common sense points to nothing. The only idea is in play is the strongest, but nothing is better than the alternative. Alright, so thank you very much. Yeah, that's it for my scripted videos. I don't know when this is going to release. But hopefully soon, I guess. Yeah. So, thank you very much for watching, and next time I do an intellectual Splinter, I'll actually give you more substance in my stuff, maybe, possibly. Yeah, so, thank you.